Hello there, it's Sandy. I'm back at the Babylock Solaris, continuing my journey with this sewing machine, and I'm working on some darning today. I don't usually darn it. I mean, I have darned in the past, but I haven't with this machine, so I thought it would be a good thing to do and to share with people if they want to join me on this part of my journey. So I have this pair of pajama pants. They're not that old, maybe a year, and not even a year, probably 6 months. It's like a lightweight, real thin flannel, and it ripped. It just shredded right up the side here. This is the seam. I could have just sewed up the seam, but I thought since it's so shredded, I would just try and darn it just because I wanted to try and darn something. In the book, it shows that you can use the buttonhole foot to do darning. And so I did a little bit of that already. Let's see, where'd it go? Right here. Just playing around. I don't really care about the color of thread because these are, pajama pants. I don't even know if how long they're gonna last. So I just thought I'd experiment with them. And so I'm looking in, it's the Babylock Solaris manual that I purchased separately off of eBay. It's for the Solaris Vision. And it's the instruction and reference guides for sewing. I'm on page, let's see, 142, and it shows, to change the foot to be the buttonhole foot, and after you just, install it like normally. It has the little bar in the back, and you can lower it, the presser foot, that way, or you can just do it manually. There, it snapped, so we're good. And then you take the thread that's fed through like normal and feed it through the bottom hole there and pull it out to the side. And so I've already got that done, but I'll pull out this thread really quickly because that's one of the parts of the steps, is to hold that to the side once you get your fabric under there. So besides this was open, and I put some of this, it's a shape flex, and it's fusible on the one side, so I fused that to the back to help reinforce the seam. You can see that. And just because I wanted it to be a stable area for me to do the darning on, and then I tried to use some of that powdery glue stuff with an iron to get it flat a little more. I've pressed it down more to that shape flex, so it would have some support behind it. And now I'm just going to try and do that. So I was able to pick on the machine. You can use 420 or 421. That's under the utility stitches. The first one that you saw was 420 that I shared at the top. That one. And I think I'm going to try that one again, and then I'll try the 421. But this is all you have to do. I didn't really think about ever using a buttonhole foot to do darning. I usually just use a different stitch and just kind of go back and forth and kind of create fabric with the let's see. I'm trying to think how to do this. When I put it under the hoop the first time, it went backwards. So I'm trying to guesstimate about how far to pull it forward. So I'm just going to go about right there, because this part is pulled out for about how far I want it to darn. And I think even if I, don't go far enough, I can always touch it up later, but I'm just experimenting to see what happens when I do this. You'll see it's got a pattern that it works off of. You just make sure it's flat on the foot, and you kind of line things up the way you want them to line up, and then press go. I think that's all there is to it. So it goes backwards, Now it's going over the previous darning, and I'm going to cut that thread. So this is the way I'm used to doing darning. It didn't really say in the book how to do it, but I usually like darn something and then I kind of go over the previous stitches just to make sure everything's caught. So it goes over and back, and I just guiding it with my hands. There's really nothing big to this. Once it gets going, I didn't even do that. At the end, I think it makes like an ending stitch. It ties it off. And then you just cut it and move it forward. Yeah. I think that's all there is to it. Yeah, it just says move this part of the foot as far as you want it to stitch, and then it'll go backwards first and then forward, backwards, forward. You know, you saw it. And then you gently hold the thread to the side and let it go. So I did an ending stitch, so I just tie it off and then I'll move it up. The pocket's getting caught under there, so let's see, I'll move it up to about there. So I probably got it misaligned a little bit, but darning isn't a perfect science to me. And this is hopefully reinforcing that seam. I think there's one more pass. Okay, now I think I'm going to try the next one. Got to make sure I don't sew it like the wrong parts together. Like there's a pocket and a waistband under this. So I'm going to press it 421 and just see how this one looks. Okay, it looks like it's set. I don't really care what this looks like because it's, like I said, it's my pajamas. It's just like squaring it off, it looks like. Not that different, it's just that it's squaring it off, whereas the first one just did darning stitches. So I'm using this because it's a part of my machine that I've never used before. Just wanted to give it a try, and it is doing a very nice job. I do like this one, but I think, oh, I see, it's even going cross, so that's even a more a tougher darning stitch. It's weaving. Turn it up a little bit speed wise. I like that one because this is where the seam, I tried to get it down, you know, where it was frayed, and it wasn't quite down, but this is making sure it's tacking it down. Waiting for the green light. Well, you get the idea. When it's done, it will go crisscross. And you know, I will definitely use this on some things. But that's the idea of how to use the darning feature by using the A+ buttonhole foot. Pretty cool. So I took out those pajama pants because I think you got the idea on how the darning would work on those. So, and I put in a towel because there's another towel that frayed, very old towel, and I found out that I could donate old towels to a local dog shelter. So I figured I'm going to fix this towel before I donate it, and going to do some more darning. So I went ahead and reinforced it with SF101. I probably could have used something else, but I wanted it to be strong, you know, for when they wash the dogs. And when I'm done, I can cut around this darning, and all you'll see is the darning stitch. And so I already did that pass, and that's using 421. And now this, I wanted to make sure that you know that with this buttonhole foot, like any buttonhole foot, you can usually adjust how big you want it to go back and forth. I'm using the longer one. And then I can see the darning stitches in that window, but because I want it to start, since I know it goes backwards, I want it to start around right here. So I'm going to position those in that window where the crosshairs are and just line that up. And so I will do that now and make sure I could get this one straight. All right, and then press go, and then it'll start the next patch. The first couple passes, it goes pretty slow, and then it gets faster, and then when it starts doing this is the lengthwise stitch. When it does the crosswise stitch, it starts off slow and then it goes a little faster after it gets going, thankfully. And that's about all there is to this. So I can see where this can make darning real easy. This is where it's a little slow and then it will speed up. And with a towel, you would want it to be a pretty tight darning stitch, you know, so it doesn't keep falling apart while they're using it. I don't think they really care what it looks like, but I know there was such a big tear in this thing that it wouldn't be good. Because sometimes if you leave tears like that in a dog shelter, their little toenails can get caught on them. So don't want that to happen. So that's that. And then I'll just do it one more time to show that I'm using this window back here to line up my next row of stitching. Now, because I only need to go from here to here, I can shorten this. And I haven't shortened it yet, so we'll see how that works. Hopefully I made it short enough. Perfect. A little bit. I made it too. Did I make it too short? Too long? It should be shorter. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, well, maybe I don't think I was looking at it right. I don't think I had it under the foot very good. So there, let me try that. There we go. Yeah, it was my eyeballs were off. I thought I had it lined up right, but I did not. So now you know, you make this long, it'll make the darning stitch long. If you make it short, it'll make it shorter. And I might actually move it over because I might have a bigger tear at the bottom. I tried to put this stuff on both sides. But I'll check it when I'm done and see if I need to do that. So I'll let it stitch this last part out and then I'll show you what that looks like. Yeah, I was thinking I could have used a wash away stabilizer, but that wouldn't be as tough for the little doggos. So it's just a towel they're going to use to help give them baths, I think. So there's that. And then I'll just go like that, cut along it, and all you'll see is the, let me make sure I made the back side. See, this is the stitch. So it's a pretty nice stitch. And if I need to go down one more row because it's wider and needs to be more darning, or I guess you could turn it this way if you wanted to, but I think if I went one more row, I would be good. But that's all there is to it. And that's the back side. It looks pretty good. I'll definitely use that again in the future. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know if you use darning on your machine. And I hope you have a great day. Give the video a like, subscribe, share with a friend, and thanks for watching.